Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It's great to have you with us. I hope everyone is doing well on this Shabbat morning. We have the light coming into our sanctuary. Shabbat Shalom, Cantor. How are you?
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom, Kevin. It's great to be together to welcome in the Shabbat morning and to pray together. Our service will begin now with Ma Tovu, page 172 of the prayer book, Ma Tovu.
Ma tovu, ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkelotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkelotecha Yisrael, Vani berov chastecha, avovetecha, Eshtocha ve'elechol kodshecha, be'irotecha, Ma tovu, ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkelotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkelotecha Yisrael, Adonai Avti, Me'on Betecha, Umkom Mishkan Kivodecha, Mishkan Kivodecha, Ma tovu, ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkelotecha Yisrael.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom, you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware, we would lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei chol basar umafli la'asot. Our service will continue now with the Chatzi Kaddish. That may be found on page 194 of the prayer book, Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadar, Yitgadar, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalemad yifrach elotei, V'yamlich malchotei, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon, U'v'chayin echol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalo, Uvizman karif v'yimeru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mivorach, le'olam u'le'almei almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ah v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, V'yitador, v'yitalal, v'yitalal, Shemei Dikudishah, Le'ela min kol birchata, v'shirata, Tushbichata, v'nechemata, Domiran Mialema Veimero. Amen.
We rise now for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, page 195.
Lie, 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai, Hamivorach, Hamivorach, Baruch Adonai, Hamivorach, Le'olam, Le'olam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due. Now and forever. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Please be seated. I'll be reading now on page 196. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, giving light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. Our service continues now with V'ha'er Einenu, page 198.
V'ha'er Einenu b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yachid levaveinu, Ya'avol yera et shemecha, v'ha'er Einenu b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yachid levaveinu, Ya'avol yera et shemecha, v'lo nevosh, v'lo nikalem, v'lo nikasher, le'olam va'ed. V'ha'er Einenu b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yachid levaveinu, Ya'avol yera et shemecha.
We turn to page 200. You are welcome to rise now as we continue with the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Our service continues now with Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shachbecha uv'komecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu litotafot b'einecha u'chtavtam amezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
I'll be reading now on page 202. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the Israelites and tell them that each generation shall form a fringe on the corner of their clothes and place a blue cord on the corner fringe. When this fringe catches your eye, you will remember all the mitzvot of the Eternal and do them, and not follow after your heart and your eyes, which draw you astray. That you may remember and do all my mitzvot and be consecrated to your God. I am Adonai, who bore you up from the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God." Our service continues now on page 204 with Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha b'nim Adonai, mi kamocha nedod b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osefele, shira chadasha, shebechol geolim, L'shimcho sifat hayom yachad kulam hodu v'him lecho v'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam v'ed. Tzor Yisrael, kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, ufedech elomecha, Yehuda v'Yisrael. Aleinu Adonai tzivot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, God Israel.
Our service continues on page 205 now with the tefillah. You are welcome to rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozel U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Yezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Elam Adonai, Michael Kol Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Modrid HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechaye HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, U'Matir Asurim, Kayem Emunato Lishenei Acham, Micha Mocha Ba'Gevurot, U'Mido Melach, Melech Memit, U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman Ata Lehachayot HaKol. Baruch Atah Adonai Michayeh HaKol. Nikadesh et Shimcha ba'olam, Keshem Shemat Shimoto b'Shmei Maram, Kakatuv al Yad Neviyecha, Mikara Zeh v'Hamad, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivot, Melech ha'aretz, Kivodo, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Madir Shimcha b'chol ha'aretz, Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo. Echad Hu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu v'Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu v'Hu Yashmienu, Merachamav le'nei kochai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Zion, L'dor v'dor. Hallelujah. L'dor v'dor nagid God lecha, Ulanei Tachim, Tikudushat Nakdish, Vishivcha Eloheinu, Mipinu Layamush, Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. Our service will continue now with Yismachu, page 211.
Yismechu v'malechotecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechotecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadesh Shevi Shabbat, Shalom Yisbehu V'yitan gumitu v'cha Shabbat Yisbehu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Yisbehu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Uvashvi Ratzita bo v'kinashto Shabbat Chemdat Yamim oto karato Shabbat Yisbechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Yisbechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Zecher Lemase v'reshit Shabbat Zecher Lemase v'reshit Shabbat Yisbechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Yisbechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat.
Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation. We will take a few moments now for our own silent prayers and reflections.
Adonai Tzori, Adonai Tzori, the Goli,
Thank you, Cantor. Our service will continue now on page 244. We continue with our Torah service and Ein Kamocha, page 244.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, v'ein k'masecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha b'chador v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai molach, Adonai yimloch, Le'olam va'ed. Adonai od le'moiten, Adonai yivarech et omo v'shalom.
Please rise as we open the ark.
Avarachamim, Heitiva v'Tzonecha et Zion. Tivnei Chomot Yerushalayim. Tivnei Chomot Yerushalayim. Ki v'chom levad batachnu, melech el ram v'nisma, Adon olamim.
We continue on page 246, Ki Mitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, V'devar Adonai Merushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti, Unrama Shemo Yachdav. Lecha Adonai Hagedola, Ve'Hagevora, Ve'Hatiferet, Ve'Hanetzach, Ve'Had. Ki chol b'shamayim uvaretz, Ki chol b'shamayim uvaretz. Lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha, v'yamit na'aseh lechol elosh.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. This week's Torah portion is Bo from the book of Exodus. The portion tells the story of the last 3 plagues brought upon the Egyptians, culminating in the death of the firstborn and our freedom after 430 years of slavery. Of course, the situation did not need to become so grave for the Egyptians. Before each plague, Pharaoh is given the opportunity to let the people go, and he refuses because, as the Torah tells us, Pharaoh's heart was hardened. The Torah, in fact, mentions the hardening of Pharaoh's heart a total of 20 times. The first 10 mentions have to do with the first 5 plagues. And in each case, we are told that Pharaoh hardened his own heart. Pharaoh was stubborn and arrogant and would not let the people go despite the first 5 plagues. Yet the next references that occur with the last 5 plagues, in that case we read, God hardened Pharaoh's heart. God intervened and hardened Pharaoh's heart so that all 10 plagues would come to pass. Perhaps God needed to stiffen Pharaoh's resolve because no leader would continue to try to keep his slaves in the face of such terrible plagues. Yet we wonder why God does not allow the Pharaoh to have free will and to make his own decision regarding freeing the Israelites. Free choice is a central belief in Judaism. We have absolute control over our decisions and actions, and thus we are responsible for the consequences of those choices as well. Many commentators suggest that God hardens Pharaoh's heart in order to punish him and the Egyptians for enslaving the Israelites for 400 years. Psychologist Erich Fromm offers a modern view that perhaps explains Pharaoh's behavior yet maintains free will. Fromm writes, every evil act tends to harden man's heart, that is, to deaden it. Every good act tends to soften it, to make it more alive. The more man's heart hardens, the less freedom he has to change, the more he is determined already by previous action. There comes a point of no return when man's heart has become so hardened and so deadened that he has lost the possibility of freedom. Pharaoh had made so many harmful decisions that he had gone past the point of no return. His heart could not be softened. It is our task then to learn from this example, to realize when we have gone astray and to turn towards a better path. So, Cantor will be chanting from the beginning of the Torah portion today. I am going to take the honor of offering the Torah blessings. Cantor will be chanting from the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verses 1 to 6. And Cantor will call me by my Hebrew name.
Ya'amod la Torah, Harav Yitzchak ben Eliezer.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe bo el Paro ki ani hichbati et libo v'et lev avadav leman shiti ototai ele b'kirbo ulman tisaper v'azne vincha Uven bincha et asher hitalalti b'mitzrayim v'et ototai asher samti vam bidatem ki ani Adonai vayavo Moshe v'Aharon el Paro vayamru elav Ko amar Adonai Elohei ha'ivrim ad matai me'anta le'enot mipanai shalachami v'ya'avduni ki ima'en ata lishalech et ami hineni mevi machar arbe bigvulecha V'chisa et ein haaretz v'lo yuchal lir'od et haaretz v'yachal et yeter ha'pleita hanisheret lachem min habarad v'yachal et kol ha'etz hatzomeach lachem min hasadeh umalu v'aticha Uvati kol avadecha, uvate kol mitzrayim, asher lo ra'u avotecha, va'avot avotecha miyom. Heyotam al ha'adama ad hayom hazeh, vayifen vayetze me'im paro.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Yasher Koach Cantor, thank you for our Torah reading this morning. I'll invite you to rise now as we give honor to the Torah scroll.
Vezot haTorah she'sa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai mi'ad Moshe. La 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 la.
Our service continues now on page 256 with Eitz Chaim as we return the Torah scroll to the Ark.
Eitz Chaim him lemachasikim bo v'tomecheha me'osha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Ashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashu Kadesh Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu Ki Kedem.
We turn to page 282 as we continue with the Aleinu prayer.
Aleinu lishabeach ladon hakol latei gidulah yosef breshit shelo asanu kigoyeh haratzot velo samanu kimishvichot ha'adama shelo sam charkenu kahem vigor aleinu kichol hamonam v'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
We continue with Shehunotei Shamayim and V'ne'emar.
Shehunotei Shamayim v'yoser haaretz u'moshav yikaro hashamayim ima'al u'shkinatu zo v'kofem meromim lo Eloheinu einot emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatov v'torato v'adotoyom v'hashivota elevavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mimal v'yoraretz mitachat einod v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz b'yom ha'hu Adonai echad. U'shemo, U'shemo, U'shemo echad.
Thank you, Kevin. We got a little bonus there. I had needed to bring out the challah, so we got a little bonus on the end there. Thank you. At this time in our service, we will turn to page 294. As we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer, we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. I invite you to rise now as we recall our loved ones and we join in reciting the Kaddish prayer. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach leolam ul-amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudisha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Ta'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom v'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen.
Osei shalom v'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Thank you, Cantor and Kevin, very much for our beautiful music this morning. I'm so glad you all were able to join us this morning on YouTube and be a part of our Shabbat morning service. We are going to conclude our service now with the Bore Motze, followed by the postlude. I want to wish everyone a week of good health and safety and peace. We conclude with Bore Motze.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.